April, and here is a recap of the day's trades. Once again, fair value gaps proved amazingly effective. If we just zoom out for a second, we'll notice that the fair value gap that I was targeting from 3 days ago, okay, where I sold out here, the fair value gap I had my eyes on was this one up here, which was a weekly fair value gap. A weekly fair value gap formed off of the initial tariff drawdown. Lo and behold, what do we do at the end of the market today? And after hours, we hit that level. We hit that level. Fuck me. Look at that. This would have been an extra, I thought I was so smart selling here, but that would have been an extra 3.5, 3.6% move. That's unbelievable. That's thousands and thousands of dollars on the futures. So that was a real shame. I should have been looking at an entry again as soon as I sold it there. But anyway, back to today's price action. Shall we gapping up? I think partly because of geopolitical reasons. Trump's lying through his teeth about having a deal with China. The market doesn't believe it, but we're still rallying. I can't explain why, but it is what it is. So what do we do today? Well, it's another late start, and my first trades are around the ATR level here. So sorry, this is not an ATR level. All these lines look the same. This is an hourly fair value gap. And there are too many lines on this damn chart. An hourly fair value gap. And I take a short around here, looking for a retest, but I just get out too quickly. Stop is too tight. Okay, and then I tried a short again, somewhere around this level. That was a really bad entry against the wider trend. The GEX level I used was outdated, plus the VIX was making new lows, so it was just a bad time to short there. Okay, so next up, so I took a short around here as well, looking for a retest of that fair value gap range. We did break through this fair value gap, but then we shot right back up, and I had a tight stop, so I was fine there. Sometimes tight stops work out, sometimes they don't. I'm always moving the stops with the ladder. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit more. All right, so this to me looks like a good short, but I don't do it because there's just no further confirmation. But look at that candle. Really good go of strength for the bears, especially this follow-up candle here. But I don't want to chase. I do end up chasing around this level, but I get out quickly just because I don't like the feeling of chasing. Okay, so next up, I just assume that this level, which is the pre-market high plus VWAP, is going to be a support. I just assume that. So I just buy on here without any other confirmation. It slices right through and I stop out. So that was a dumb trade. Never do that again. Always wait for confirmation. So what happens later? Well, what is this? What is this? Yeah, I get out here from a short. But what's interesting here is that level actually acted as a resistance. I thought it would be support. No, it was actually resistance on the way back up. That level acted as resistance. Now, then we get this, again, really good doji candle with VPA confirmation. And in fact, there was a 15-minute fair value gap here, and this green candle completely filled it, so it disappeared. All right, and then we just push up right the way through, and I kind of lost sight of that weekly fair value gap. Should have always kept it in mind. Look at that, we just go right through it. Not only that, by the way, not only that, we have the 330 daily SMA here, that key critical point. So we are respecting the fair value gap after hours, toying around with it. We'll see what happens. Now, I do have some significant short positions after hours here as well. So I went short. Fuck, where did I go short? I went short around here, I think. Added to a short here. That bought it back, then added to the short here, added to another short here. So I have 4 short positions overnight, and I am down on them about, I don't know, $300, $400. Yeah, another short position here. So adding to that there. Why am I short? Well, now that we've tested the 330 and the weekly, plus news that China is not backing down and they're saying that Trump is lying and the market believes it. I think back down. That's my bias. That's my bias, and I could be wrong. And I don't want to be, I don't care about being right or wrong. I care about making money. So I don't have any stops right now, but I should. Shouldn't I? So I'm going to put stops above the fair value gap overnight, just in case we have some crazy news. And aside from that, Google had strong earnings, so that explains this move up after hours. Now, one thing I would also say is VIX was acting very, very peculiarly, which kind of informed some of my shorts today. So to show you an example, VIX is making new highs here, huge new highs, and so is SPY at the same time. So this is one of the places I took a short because VIX is making new highs, and with this candle as well, it looks like a good short position. And then VIX makes further new highs as we are still really, really showing lots of strength in SPY. Now, at the end of the day, VIX just collapses. Interestingly, I need to learn more about that. I don't understand volatility enough, but it was just interesting to note. Okay, overall day, not that good, to be honest. Not that good. But I did sell a lot of longer term position, longer leaps. I bought back a lot of covered calls for big losses in Hood and Nvidia, and I sold the latter of the leaps underlying them. Still have, decent size in both of those, especially in Hood. But I want to stay nimble in this market.